Hello, and welcome to another recording on GBPUSD. It's been 2 weeks since I released forecast on GBPUSD. All right, so this is just a summary of what happened in the past 2 weeks. So 2 weeks ago, right, I had 5 trades, right? 3 of those were losses, and then 2 of those were wins. So I ended up with plus 2.5% profit. That was for the last 2 weeks. And for last week, these are the trades that I recorded over here. I had these guys over here, including this, right? So 5 trades again last week. And out of these 5 trades, one was a break even. That was this guy here, right? And then the remaining 4 were wins, which gave my account a plus 8% profit for last week. All right, so that was just a summary of what I've been up to for the past 2 weeks and how my trades went. All right, so if we dive right into the weekly time frame, we do have price, right, moving still with my trend, right? We have price moving in this manner, right? And we have what, taking out this high over here, okay? The high over here, as we said price might do, right? And after doing that, we have price what, retracing, okay? Currently with this trend, this uptrend, we can see that price is retracing right into this area, and they might feel some imbalances over here, right, before they actually continue the push higher. Okay, so on the weekly time frame, I am short-term bearish, right, as a retracement into this area before we resume the push higher. For me to actually be medium-term to long-term bearish on GBPUSD, I would have to see price, take out even this low, right? Also, if price should take out this low, then yes, we might see price, we might see bearishness, for a lot more bearishness for GBPUSD, okay? But for now, since we have not yet seen that and all indications are pointing to bullishness, we are going to focus on being bullish for the weekly time frame. But in the meantime, we have what, the sales coming in as retracements, right, to continue this flow. Okay, so I'm going to write out what we just said. Okay, so this is what I have for the weekly time frame. So if we should move over to the daily time frame, right, we realize that after price took out this high over here, right, we started pushing down, and now we have what, taken out the equal lows that were here, right? I made mention of these lows in my last video, where I said that we have what, liquidity over here, liquidity point over here, that will be run at a later point, at a later time. And we had price pushing down, right, to fill this imbalance over here. And once we filled it, we mitigated this low, pushed higher, that's retraced, and then took out what? The equal lows over here. Okay, so because we have done that, and this was what? The last low, right? That, sponsored this move up to actually take out what? That weekly high. We might see price pushing even deeper, right, into this area, probably, right, on the daily time frame, right? So these lows, all these lows might be run, okay, as per my analysis. But if we have price respecting this low, right, and then pushing higher, taking out what? This high, and it means that what? We might see price pushing higher to actually test this high again and possibly take it out, right? Okay, so on the daily time frame, right, I'll be expecting price to actually, in fact, let me take it this way. What was the last break of structure? We have the last break of structure over here, right, for the bearish move, right? Okay, so that was the last break of structure. Okay, and what is the range prices in for? What was the last high? What was the last low? Last high over there, and then we have the last low over here, and you realize that we have what? Created equal lows over here, right? Which price is likely to run before we see any. And if you realize we have what? Equal lows over here, which price is what's likely to run. Okay, so what is my expectation? My expectation will be for price to actually probably have some retracement, maybe taking out this high, right, and tapping into here, or just have a little retracement and then pushing lower. Okay, or the other expectation will be for price to actually open, right, push lower, take out these equal lows, right, before we see some retracement to mitigate some, positions, fill some imbalances, and take out some internal liquidity before resuming what? The sell, right? Okay, so this is the thought process for the daily time frame. So let me mark out the trend currently, because we have what? Broken the last low. I'll be looking to actually sell in the short run, in the short term. Okay, so we have this, and let's make it trend, and we'll change the color. Okay, so this is what I have. So let me write out my thought process for the daily time frame. All right, so that's it for the daily time frame. Okay, so if we should move over to the 4-hour time frame, what would we see on the 4-hour time frame? Right, so on the 4-hour time frame, you realize how price has what's taken out lows, right? We filled what? This imbalance, right? And then we have what? Pushed even lower to take out this low. Remember this equal lows? Those are equal lows I spoke about on the daily time frame, which has been what? Run. Okay, liquidity has been run over there. So we probably might see price push a little bit higher before going lower, right? And this is what I'll be expecting for price to actually do that, for me to actually look for what sells down, right? But if price is just continuing lower, right, I'll just wait for price to clear these lows, right, and come and test this low again, and then we'll play it by ear to see whether we might get some buys in there, right? But in the meantime, I'll be looking out for price moving in this way. If price should come back, possibly either run this low or just test it without breaking it, and then start to push higher, right? Looking for price to take a run at this high. And if we test this high and respect it, right, we might see price moving lower. But if we test this high and then take it out, we might see what price moving higher. Okay, so on the 4-hour time frame, I still would look forward to some bearish moves, but for a pullback before we actually sell, right? That's just on the 4-hour time frame. Now if we should move over to the 1-hour time frame, right? On the 1-hour time frame, what was the last low, what was the last high? We have this high and we have what? This low over here, equal lows, like on the daily time frame. Okay, we have price what pushing higher, testing this area over here, right? We got some really good buys from here to just this high. We do not know what price will do after testing this high, but it looked like what price took it out, right, before dropping, and then we pushed higher, right? So if price should respect this low over here, right, without taking it out, you might see what price moving higher to run this high and possibly test this high. Okay, so on the 1-hour time frame, right, with this high and this low, right, I'll be looking for how price will play around this low, right? Because we took out liquidity over here and then we pushed higher, taking out what this high. Okay, so for the 1-hour time frame, I'm just going to play it by ear, and if we should push to the 15 minutes time frame, 15 minutes time frame is still the same thought like the 1-hour time frame, right? Price is currently what testing out this last stop hunt, right, taking out this low before pushing higher with what massive volume, right? And we have what price retracing, and we have reached this area, right? We filled what the imbalance. So like to see what some I like to see what some buy setups for me to actually look for buys, or if I find what sell setups, especially if price takes a run at this low, right, and pushes lower, I would be looking for what sell setups. Okay, so for this one, the 1-hour time frame, 15 minutes time frame, I'm just going to be playing by ear, see what price does. Okay, so that'll be all for this forecast, and I wish you all the best in this new week.